Hey guys, it's Amanda over at AmandaReads, and today I have a few exciting announcements for you. My first exciting announcement is that I have officially finished my master's research thesis. So I am all done with school and have so much more time for reading. My second announcement has to do with the title of this video. So this week I am on April vacation for school, so starting tomorrow, Monday, I'm on vacation until Sunday, and it is the most perfect week because if you didn't know, there are 3 readathons happening this week. The 3 readathons I am participating in are the Spring into Horror readathon, which is put on by Seasons of Reading, the AuthorAthon, which was created by Joana over at Joana Sousa, and also Sam from ThoughtsonTomes. And finally, the last readathon is DEWEY'S 24-hour readathon, which is happening on Saturday the 23rd. So the Seasons of Reading, Spring into Horror readathon, and the AuthorAthon both start tomorrow, Monday, April 18th. And they run until Sunday, April 24th. And then DEWEY'S 24-hour readathon is just Saturday, April 23rd until Sunday, April 24th. I'm going to go through my TBRs for each of the 3 readathons, and they overlap, meaning that I don't have a crazy amount of books to read, and I'm really hoping I can read the amount that I have chosen. The only requirement for completing the Spring into Horror readathon is to read a book that is either scary, a psychological thriller, just something that can kind of go with the horror genre. And for that, I am choosing This Is Where It Ends by Marieke Nijkamp. I'm really sorry if I butchered that name. This book I just hauled last week, and it is about a school shooting. And school shootings are something that honestly are really terrifying for me to think about. Usually books written about this topic freak me out pretty good, so I figured that would definitely meet the qualification of something that scares me to Spring into Horror. For the rest of the week, for the Spring into Horror Seasons of Reading readathon, you can read whatever you want. You don't have to read any more scary books, you can read whatever you want. So that is the only set book for that TBR. And now I'm going to be moving into the AuthorAthon TBR, which overlaps with the Spring into Horror. There are 6 challenges to complete for the AuthorAthon between Monday and Sunday. The first challenge is to read a book by your favorite author. I am not going to be completing this book during the readathon, but I am going to be reading the next section of this book for a readathon, and that is Fly Away by Kristen Hanna. Kristen Hanna is one of my all-time favorite authors, and I am buddy reading this book right now with Fiona over at Reads and Eats. This week we read the first 10 chapters, and by next Sunday I have to read the next 10 chapters. So I will be reading 10 chapters of this to complete that challenge. The next challenge is to read a book by a new to you author. I am currently reading The Promise of Stardust by Priscilla Sibley. Priscilla Sibley is a new to me author. I am only this far and will be completing this week for that challenge. The next challenge is to give an author a second chance. Now, some people were saying that they're going to give an author that they didn't really like the first time around a second chance, but mine is a little bit different because I really genuinely love this author, but lately she's been writing a little bit different types of stories, so I am going to try out a story that is far from the realm of what I'm used to reading by her. And that is Between the Lines by Jodi Picoult and Samantha Van Leer. This is more of a fantasy fiction story, which is nothing like what Jodi Picoult usually writes. Samantha Van Leer is her daughter, so she co-authored this novel with her daughter. And this is also going to fulfill the challenge of reading a book by 2 authors. Next challenge is to read a debut author from either 2015 or 2016, and This Is Where It Ends is also going to be fulfilling that challenge. This is Marike's debut novel. It just came out this year. So not only is it fulfilling my Spring into Horror TBR, it is also fulfilling this challenge for the AuthorAthon. The final challenge for AuthorAthon is to read a book by an author that comes from a different continent than you. And for this I chose The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. Khaled Hosseini is from Afghanistan, which if you don't know is in the continent of Asia, and I am not from Asia. This also was on my TBR for I believe March, and I didn't get around to it. So I need to read this book, and I figured this would be a perfect time and motivating time to do so. So those are all the books on my TBR for this week for the 3 readathons. This is my first experience with a readathon. I've never done a readathon before. I've participated in some sprints that correlated with readathons, but I've never actually signed up and been a part. That is all. I hope I get a lot of reading done this week, and I would like to do some updates throughout the week, so we'll see how it's going. And I hope that you're having a wonderful reading month, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye guys!